Well, you may have heard of Throwback Thursday. I guess we have today Way Back Wednesday. In fact, speaking of Wednesday, this is a popular gospel to preach on Ash Wednesday because it talks about the three tenets of the Catholic faith, the three of the primary tenets of the Catholic faith, that of prayer, of fasting, and of almsgiving. And we tend to think of these things, especially fasting, I think, as a Lenten practice. But almsgiving, certainly too, and prayer are often thought of as Lenten practices. Yet, for the Christian, prayer, fasting, and almsgiving are things that we are called to do year-round, no matter what the time of year, no matter what the season. We are called to pray. We are called to be in conversation, in communication, in union with God through our words, through our prayers, and through our listening. My mother used to say that God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we could listen twice as much as we talk. And in doing so, listening, actively listening to the Lord is a key component of prayer, of that opportunity to be in conversation with the Lord, to be in communication with the one who calls us into relationship, who calls us to deepen our relationship through that gift of prayer. But to do so, to go into our inner room, close the door, and to pray to our Father in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will repay you. In other words, it's not meant to be a show for anyone else. It's not to be a show at all, but it's not to be meant for anyone else. The prayer in which we engage is meant to be between ourselves and God, and in doing so, of recognizing that opportunity for us as individuals to grow in faith, in hope, and in love. Then there's fasting. Again, oftentimes we think of fasting as a Lenten practice, but there are different types of fasting. Certainly there is fasting from food and from drink. We are called to engage in a fast before receiving Holy Communion as a means of sacrifice, as a means of offering that time to the Lord that we would normally be spending eating and sustaining ourselves, to offer that in union with the Lord, that sacrifice of fasting. But there are other types of fasting as well. We can fast from gossip, we can fast from malicious speech, we can fast from practices that are not of God, so that eventually we can give those up. We can give those over to God, and God can then replace them with a spirit of His mercy and of love. And so that fasting in which we engage year-round is meant to be a sacrifice. It is meant to be an offering to the Lord, and it is meant to be an opportunity for us to deepen our relationship with the Lord. Then almsgiving. Again, almsgiving, often seen as a Lenten practice, often seen as the giving of money, which certainly it is, and we can engage in that practice of setting some monies aside each day, each week, maybe each month, and to offer that to the poor, offer that to an organization that assists the poor, St. Vincent de Paul, or some other food bank, food pantry, some other charitable organization, Catholic Charities, or your local parish, and to offer that money for the service of the poor, those who are in need of sustenance. And in doing so, again, to not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. So your almsgiving may be secret, as your Father who sees in secret will repay you. Again, this is really meant for your relationship with the Lord, to grow in that relationship with the Lord. And again, we can almsgive in other ways, not just our treasure, but our time and our talent as well, offering ourselves in service to our parishes, a charitable organization, a philanthropic endeavor in which volunteers are needed so as to offer our services, because as the old saying goes, time is money, and our time is valuable. So when we give up our time and use our talent, as well as give of our treasure, then we are again engaging in that sacrificial giving, in which we are called to deepen our relationship with the Lord, who sees in secret and will be rewarded in secret by the Lord. And so on this day, as we engage in these practices of prayer, of fasting, and of almsgiving, let us continue to give, let us continue to sow bountifully. Let us give our whole selves to the Lord, to the people of God, to our brothers and sisters in need. And so reap bountifully, for God loves a cheerful giver.